the signal, we are getting ready.
PNM coming. PNM coming. PNM coming.
Thank you. My brothers and sisters, this election is serious business. I say to you from this platform, a fighter for equality, as a fighter for the people in all its contributions of Tobago and Trinidad and Tobago. I'm proud to be PNM. I'm proud to introduce our next speaker. Somebody say PNM. Who are you voting for? Who are you voting for? My friends, welcome to the podium, former Senator, brother Lawrence Hislop.
PNM coming. PNM coming. PNM coming.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Chairman. Plymouth, how you doing? How you doing, Plymouth? No, that and everybody. PNM family, how you doing? Before I begin, let me take the opportunity to recognize in our midst the political leader of the Tobago Council of the People's National Movement, Mr. Ansel Dennis. Permit me to also recognize the lady who continues to be the best in the West, the one who continues to stand and fight for Tobago, Sister Shamfa Kojo Lewis. I want to also recognize a man who has become my brother. He likes to say he's my little brother, but he's my brother. Yeah. The man who they call one is enough. And in this election, they have coined him the David amongst the Goliaths. Put your hands together for the minority leader of the Tobago House of Assembly, Brother Kelvin Morris. And you know there is PNM royalty, and so the chairman recognized a former chairman and MP for Tobago West, a man who continues quietly to do what he has to do for the PNM, Brother Stanford Calendar. And even former assemblymen in the midst, I want to recognize Brother Handel Beckles and those who I may not have seen when I came this evening. Yes, and I think Brother Adams is here. Yes, I see him standing over there. Brother Adams, we are in your hometown. We are in your hometown. Brothers and sisters, we stand on the cusp of something significant. And I don't think it has been echoed enough on the platform of the People's National Movement that this election is one that we cannot play with. This election is one that we cannot take for granted. Because from the onset, I want to establish the fact that this is not a Tobago House of Assembly election. I think the chairman made it very clear in his opening remarks that we cannot play with this election. Because, brothers and sisters, this election is about electing a government to take control of Trinidad and Tobago. This is about identifying and recognizing and voting for someone who would become the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And it is not to be taken lightly. And as the chairman rightly said, you have another option, or I put it this way, there is no other option But the reality is that in democracy, you have choices. And so we have a choice in Tobago. And the truth is, the next entity that may seem to be some competition for us is the TPP. But the reality, brothers and sisters, they cannot elect a prime minister into government. That is the reality. And maybe they can, but they're hiding that arrangement under the counter, brothers and sisters. But we have to be mindful of what we're doing in this election. I want to remind us that we belong to an institution called the People's National Movement. We belong to an institution that has weathered the storm year in, year out. That has always stood in defense of Trinidad and Tobago and has stood in front when it comes to the development of Trinidad and Tobago. You see, brothers and sisters, every sector, everything that we take for granted in Trinidad and Tobago was done by a People's National Movement government.
PNM.
And there is no doubt about that. That is the track record of the PNM. Whether it be in healthcare, whether it be in education, public transport, social sector development, that is the track record of the People's National Movement. You go to school every day for the young folks. You go to school every day and you take for granted. You know, recently, the Guyanese government took a decision to pay for 8 subjects at CXC level. And I hear people in Trinidad and Tobago celebrating that. And that is good. But some of us have taken that for granted for years. Because I don't know about you, but I have a little years under my belt. And even my time, I didn't have to pay. My parents didn't have to pay for a subject for me to do at CXC level. But we take that for granted. We go to school, primary school, secondary school, pass through our exams, go to tertiary education, and we take it for granted. Some of us play the fool because we are not paid for the subjects. But that is what the PNM has done for you. Book grant. And when we talk about social sector services for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we take it for granted until a party came into office in December 2021, and we then recognize how important and how significant what the PNM has done for us was to Tobago. Because the truth is, brothers and sisters, I don't know about you, but I know there are people who are struggling every day, and when they go to the division of social services, is nothing for Tobagonians. Matters not. Some of us took God out of our thoughts in December 2021 and voted for that entity. And we ended up not being able to access things that we have taken for granted in Tobago. Our own PNM people, you know. And the thing has gotten so dangerous, brothers and sisters, that what we have faced on this island within this election is that we have young people who stood up, made a choice to stand up on the platform for the PNM. And by the time they finish speak one night, the next morning, supervisor asking or telling them, be careful, because secretary is asking if that person is on a short-term contract, on a long-term contract. That is what we have exchanged for in Tobago. And the truth is, brothers and sisters, if we take God out of our thoughts come April 28th, we could find ourselves in the same position or even worse. Single mothers, children cannot get what we considered as basic necessities on this island. When you could have gone to an assemblyman under the PNM and say, I'm struggling, help me with a food card. Help me with a food card. Help me with a grant. It was possible under the PNM. But brothers and sisters, the central government of the People's National Movement has carried the load. Let me not say the load, but has taken the responsibility as a responsible government to stand in the breach where Farley and his administration has fallen down. They talk about care and they talk about love, but it is the People's National Movement that continues to deliver for the people of Trinidad and the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Because I don't know about you, outside of the $10 billion that this THA administration has received over the last 4 years, the People's National Movement central government continues to deliver outside of its statutory responsibilities. And that is what a caring government does. That's what we do. That's what the PNM does. So when they come asking you for their vote, ask them, where the $10 billion gone? What have they done with the $10 billion in the 4 years that they have been in this administration of the Tobago House of Assembly? Because believe it or not, that is what the TPP administration has received from a PNM central government. Over $10 billion to see about you. You know, the thing about it is that I believe some of us have forgotten what the PNM did for us as a country during COVID. Because we like to brush it aside now because we experience it, we come through it, and we are alive. But when you talk to persons, brothers and sisters, not one Tobagonian lost his or her job during the pandemic. It was the responsibility of the central government under the leadership of Dr. Rowley that made sure that every single Tobagonian, and not only Tobagonian, but Trinidad and Tobago, every single citizen who had a job, whether it be contract, short-term, public servant, you remain employed every month. For 2 years, your salary coming, and we in a pandemic, the country not earning any revenue, but your salary is being paid. Your social grant is being taken care of. Your food card top up. And on top of that, the government was able to say to farmers, do a food box. And let's make sure that the farmers are taken care of. Not one Tobagonian lost his or her job, whether permanent or temporary. But the truth is, beloved, Tobago faced a significant pandemic on December 6, 2021. Because as soon as this administration got into office, look to the person standing next to you. There are people who received termination letters from this administration as soon as they got into office. In some instances, husband and wife get sent home. Are you telling me these people want to talk about love and care for Tobagonians? They want to talk about care and love for Tobagonians? The things we have taken for granted, brothers and sisters, can be easily taken from us if we make the mistake on April 28th. And I want us to compare those who are coming to us now versus what you have in Shamfa and Ayana. Make the comparison, brothers and sisters. I know Kelvin got touch on it, but listen, ask Notsi if he was part of the $10 billion crew when he come. Ask him what was his contribution to Tobago in his 4 years, and compare his contribution to Shamfa's contribution, and tell me who you're voting for come April 28th. What we are playing with, brothers and sisters, is sacrificing a seat around the cabinet table where decisions are made. That is what we're playing with. We're playing with delivery that the PNM government has shown over and over again that it has the ability to do. You see, I hear them saying that it's only 2 seats, and with 2 seats, they were able to give the Tobago House of Assembly in 1980. But the reality, brothers and sisters, if it was not for the PNM, the 2 seats that were there could not give you the Tobago House of Assembly. And the 2 seats that they want to take and go and say they're fighting cannot give you the autonomy that they're talking about. You need leadership. You need sober leadership around a cabinet table. Sober leadership in Stuart Richard Young. Sober representation in Shamfa Kojo Lewis. Sober representation in Ayana Webster Roy. Sober governance in the People's National Movement. That's what we want in Tobago. And so, brothers and sisters, as I close, I want us to think carefully. I want us to be sober in our decision making. I want us to understand what is at stake. And I want every single PNMite within the hearing of my voice, every single PNMite and every single Tobagonian to understand that we have seen this playbook before. And if you have seen it before, something had to be wrong with us for us to make the same mistake again. We have seen that when the United National Congress takes government, that people are sent home. We have seen that when the United National Congress takes government, that Tobago gets nothing. We have seen that when the United National Congress takes government, Tobago is put on the back burner. So I want us to be mindful of that. They're talking about disrespect and how they are disrespected. But consider the Tobagonian who you disrespected when you sent home. Consider the Tobagonian who you disrespected when you call them stink and dirty. Consider the Tobagonian who you disrespected day in, day out when you're calling them and they're not answering the phone. Consider the Tobagonian who they say, go home and sap your knee. Consider Tobagonian that what we have who are seeking your vote now as compared to who you know Shamfa and you know Ayana. You know what they have given. You know what they have done for Tobago. Brothers and sisters, I urge you, even those who are viewing on the live, I urge you, think carefully, think wisely, think soberly, and make sure that you make the right decision come April 28th. And so as I say to you tonight in Plymouth, do what you have to do on April the 27th. Make sure you clean out the house. Make sure you cook your husband food. Make sure you do what you have to do. Get up early. Come the morning of April 28th. Bring out your brother, your sister, your mother, your nenen, your cousin, your tanty. Every single person who is of the age for voting. And make sure you get to the polls early. And vote in Tobago West for Shamfa Kojo Lewis. And in Tobago East for our Ayana Webster Roy. And we can say with no doubt that great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. And we shall prevail. I thank you.
Ring, ting, ting, election bell ring. We voting for PNM, it's the best thing. Ring, ting, ting, election bell ring. We voting for PNM, it's the best thing. We're not going back, it's too dark.
voting for? I can't hear you. Who you voting for?
PNM.
Shamfa Kojo Lewis.
PNM.
Ayana Webster Roy.
PNM.
Your symbol is the Balize. Make some noise for a powerful endorsement from former Senator Lawrence Hislop. Make some noise. The man come from Mason Hall to shove in Plymouth. More fire. Somebody say more fire. More fire. I can't hear you. More fire. In the interest of the people of Tobago and Trinidad and Tobago. My friends, Brother Hislop warned you. He brought the facts and says, don't gamble with your future. Shamfa, you know, those on the other side making deals under the table to sell it out. Take warning. Take warning. You know, I look at my papers today, and I saw a letter from former Cabinet Minister Devon Maraj. We're big and we have sense. We implement no fishing. If a man go down there till the shark down there, I want to let you know, Devon says to all of us that Kamala Prasad tenure was a master class of incompetence, negligence, and betrayal. He says to us, take warning. Let us not walk that road again. Because you see, I was wrong in 2013. Just as we are seeing now, there are those who we put in office forsake all of us. The boys were telling me a while ago, the young men were telling me, they made promises. Say, where are them today? They still have no job. No future. And the man tell me, listen, Brother Paul, we want drinks, you know. I have a child. We're looking for work and a future. That is what Shamfa is promising. And I was so pleased when the young man told me that. But he said to me that, listen, they're bringing around all kind of food stuff. 2 trucks. He said, we right here, whole years, 3 years, none have come. But election next week, and much truckload coming. Take warning. We ain't stupid. We're big, and we have sense. Are you ready? Are you ready? Election day is April 28th. But the calendar always says to us, elections are won on election day. But I have told you, bring out everybody. Because this is serious business. We're not gambling with our future. We are electing a government. And I will say it every time. We are electing a government of Trinidad and Tobago. Our candidate for Prime Minister is Stuart Young. Our candidate for Tobago West is Shamfa Kojo Lewis. Our candidate for Tobago East is Ayana Webster Roy. Our symbol is the Balize. We are pretending we are the PNM. 69 years strong. Every candidate in every single constituency, in every election, we're proud to be PNM. Standing strong for all of us and representing well. I want to bring on a young man that needs no introduction to you. He's a representative for Dial Spring, Wim. The man who stood strong in the THA, who make us very, very proud. The man who have grown over the years. proud, PNM, we are proud in our young people. They stand up and they deliver in the interest. A fighter for all of us. Somebody say he's a lion. He's a strong fighter. Somebody say one is enough. Somebody say one is enough. I say Kelvin, you say Morris. I say Kelvin, you say Morris. I say Kelvin, you say Morris. Bring on the minority leader in the Tobago House of Assembly. Brother, the lion, Kelvin, Morris.
PNM coming. PNM coming. PNM coming.
Plymouth, Bethel's up. PNM family, good night. How we feeling tonight? Ready for victory? Who we voting for? Who we voting for? Yes, we're looking good and we're red in Plymouth looking red tonight. Brothers and sisters, permit me to recognize our political leader of the Tobago Council amidst us in the crowd here tonight, Brother Ansel Dennis. Of course, our party chairman for tonight's proceeding, Brother Larry Paul. Our standard bearer, our current member of parliament for Tobago West, and the returning member of parliament for Tobago West, our hard-working sister of service, Shamfa Kujo Lewis. Permit me to recognize also on the podium a man who have grown in stature, representing us in the parliament, representing the Tobago voice in the Senate, Brother Lawrence Hislop. Brothers and sisters, permit me to also recognize a mentor and a friend, a man who has represented us faithfully throughout his period here in Tobago, both in the County Council, the Tobago House of Assembly, and a member of Parliament for Tobago West, former party chairman of the Tobago Council, Mr. Stanford Calendar. Amidst us tonight, we have former assemblymen, secretaries, assistant secretaries. I see Handel Beckles. I also see Godwin Adams and other representatives amongst us. PNM family all, good night. It fills my heart with philanthropic joy to be amongst this sea of red in Plymouth tonight. And of course, I would simply want to thank you, each and every one PNM loyal members who have stood the test of time with your party, the People's National Movement, staying the course. And of course, we are on course for victory come April the 28th, 2005. We are voting Shamfa in Tobago West. Brothers and sisters, as I stand up before you here, I want you to know that we are facing a very serious election. This election calls for us as a PNM party here in Tobago to be united in our fight to ensure that we return Shamfa and Ayana to the parliament, and of course the People's National Movement with our 2 Tobago seats forms the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Because, brothers and sisters, you would have seen over the last 5-10 years of PNM representation and governance in Trinidad and Tobago, unprecedented delivery in Tobago by your Member of Parliament for Tobago West, Shamfa Ashaki Kujo Lewis. When we had issues with the Inter-Island Ferry, Shamfa delivered with 2 brand new fast ferries owned by the people of Trinidad and Tobago. When we had issues with water supply down at Southwest, Shamfa, working with her colleague Marvin Gonzalez, ensured that we replaced those pipelines, and now we have a reliable source of water in Southwest. When we had water issues, Shamfa delivered. And after the Dwight York Stadium was left abandoned during the period 2010 to 2015, left abandoned, no football games could play there, no one could train there, your Member of Parliament as the Minister of Sport ensured that she found the resources, over $30 million in upgrades. Shamfa delivered at the Dwight York Stadium. Brothers and sisters, of course, Shamfa, working with your Tobago-born Prime Minister. After years, I remember as a young man, a young boy, hearing about this A&R airport upgrade. And many governments would come and say they would give us a new airport. I remember the former UNC said they spent over $300 million in upgrade. And all we got for those upgrades were some new roof. They just put on some galvanized on the airport and they do a little painting. That was about what we got for $300 million. But your PNM Tobago-born Prime Minister, along with Ayana and Shamfa, ensured that they were able to convince their cabinet colleagues that Tobago deserves a brand new airport to help uplift its tourism sector. And of course, just a couple weeks ago, we all had the opportunity to see the first-class, world-class international airport terminal that was delivered by the PNM, Ayana, Shamfa, and your former Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. Brothers and sisters, so over the period, you have a representative who has a track record of delivery. But I want to speak to you, the people here in Plymouth, because you also have a Tobago House of Assembly that came to you in December and asked for a chance. And of course, Tobago voted overwhelmingly, giving them a chance. And after you gave them that chance, my brothers and sisters, what happened thereafter? After $10 billion in allocation, and I want to go very slowly. It is not just $10 billion, but every allocation they have received thus far has been the most allocation ever given to Tobago by any administration. And that is your PNM government ensuring that Tobago gets year on year its highest budgetary allocation. And after receiving every year increases on those allocations, I want to ask you, the people of Plymouth here tonight, after $10 billion would have been spent in Tobago, as you walk the length and breadth of Plymouth Bethesda, have you seen any evidence of that $10 billion? Because as I go down to the field, I feel as a young man from Wim, I took pride in coming to play football. That field is no longer in any form of use where you can play TFA football. It is the first year that we have had a TFA season and no games could have been played in Plymouth. The field is in a state of disrepair and neglect. And you know what is the irony of this? Who currently stands as the Secretary of Sport responsible for that playing field. The man who is coming to you telling you, give me your vote, is the same man who has presided over the neglect and abandonment of your sporting facility. And we know Plymouth is a sporting village. We know Stokelyville is a premier football team. But of course, you would have seen the challenges of Stokelyville in even the TFA, because they don't have the kind of facility to train as they had before. And that is the neglect. So when Notsi come to you for your vote, ask him what is going on down by the field. And what about the jetty? You have 3 representatives. You were so fortunate, Plymouth. You didn't have 1, you didn't have 2, you had 3 persons in the executive council, because your member of the Tobago House of Assembly for Bethesda Lekoto is a Plymouth girl. Your member for Plymouth Blackrock is a Plymouth boy. And of course, the former assistant secretary in the office of the chief secretary is a Barrick gal. And after having 3 representatives in the Tobago House of Assembly, I ask you, my brothers and sisters in Plymouth, what have you gotten? Failure, failure, failure. Where's the jetty they promised? No jetty. Where's the marina they told you all they were bringing? No marina. What about the mysterious tombstone tourism? I see tourists come down there, and imagine they don't even have anywhere to even use restrooms. That is as bad as it is in Plymouth, one of the most important tourism villages in Tobago. Total neglect by this THA House of Assembly. And therefore, my brothers and sisters, if they have failed you so bad, if they have failed so miserably running the THA, what we go in and say we're giving them some kind of promotion to go down to central government? We say no, because you have 2 options. You have Shamfa, who has delivered, and you have the others who have failed. So who are we going to vote for, brothers and sisters in Plymouth? Who are we going to vote for when we go to the polls on April 28th? And I want to talk to the young men. Shamfire, of course, because you see, and this is important, brothers and sisters. You know, when you are choosing representatives, because we did it before, sometimes they like to play on your emotions. And they like to tell you, well, it's time for a change. Shamfa there for 10 years. Give somebody else a chance. Well, you know what we're telling them? 1 chance is enough. We gave all your chance with the TH and you all have failed us. We are sticking with the credible, reliable, responsible representation from Shamfa Kujo Lewis here in Plymouth, here in Tobago West, and Ayana Webster Roy in Tobago East. Because when you look at the track record of our Member of Parliament, the way how they have carried about themselves, the way how they have represented Tobago with dignity, honesty, integrity, no scandal. And you compare that to what is going on in the THA. The amount of every week is scandal after scandal, disrespect after disrespect. No collaboration. I keep encouraging them. I say, brothers and sisters, look at youth, you young people down in Trinidad. When you look at the kind of youth programs that is going on, and I am encouraging them, why don't you collaborate with Minister Cummings so we can bring some of those programs to Tobago so young men can learn skills like mechanic. They can learn how to do different trade. And instead of collaborating, they prefer to fight. And Mr. London had a saying he always say, there's a difference between fighting and fighting up. Because you see, when you're just fighting up, you miss a lot of opportunities. And therefore, we don't want people who just prepare to fight up. We want people who would fight for Tobago like Shamfa and Ayana. Brothers and sisters, I was reminded just Saturday, because there is a talk going around and you're hearing a lot of young men saying they're voting for back pay. And you know, they say, I was reminded by one of my senior residents. She said, I want you to remind Tobagonians about this back pay talk. Because she said this was the same conversation happening in 1986. And she said while the PNM was being very responsible at that time, saying to the country what they could afford, and George Chambers, who was the prime minister and political leader at that time, was saying to the country, we can reasonably afford 6%. And there were those who vehemently, the unions, rejected the 6%, took chain up from then former Prime Minister A.N.R. Robinson of the NAR, who told them at that time he would give them 10%. Does that sound familiar, brothers and sisters? Because it is the same mantra that is happening right now. While the government has offered and has put on the table as a guaranteed 5% arrangement for all public servants, this current UNC is recklessly telling you, we are going to give you 10%. But more than that, she reminded me that persons took that chain up and they went and voted for the 10% increase. But soon after, when the NAR got into power, instead of getting 10% increase, they in fact received a 10% pay cut. And more than that, they also took away their cost of living allowance. So whereas they voted believing they would get an improved pay package, they in fact end up with a pay package that was even worse. And brothers and sisters, I'm saying to you, a word to the wise is sufficient. Young people, the People's National Movement, through the central government, we have a clear plan of development using tourism as the foundation to ensure that we provide sustainable jobs for you all. Because the reverse, the alternative is, you have those on the other side who promised you, you'll remember that, they promised you all permanent jobs. And I'm asking you, the young men of Plymouth, because many of them would have walked and convinced you to vote for them. How many of you got those permanent jobs? And even as they give you 10 on, 10 off, they are giving away all of Tobago's patrimony, the $300 million that come to you annually for development. They are giving it to their UNC financiers, and they are sending it right back to Trinidad, South and Central Trinidad. And therefore, this is why the place is so hard. Because I see them with a video talking about times hard. But it is by their very own actions, firing Tobagonians, taking away all the contracts. All your Tobago-based contractors, they have blacklisted them. And every cent that comes to Tobago, they are sending it back to Trinidad. And therefore, this is why the place in Tobago is so hard. So young people, we have a plan on tourism where we are looking for investment in Tobago. So we have prospects of bringing Sandals and Marriott And of course, Marriott is located in close proximity to Plymouth. And you know, as people from Plymouth, when you have hotel development right around your area, how you benefit. You would have remember when Grafton was up and running in those times, it is the people from Plymouth and Blackrock that would have worked there. When Turtle Beach was running in those times, it was the people from Plymouth and Blackrock who would have worked there. You, the fishermen who ply your trade, the sandals arrangement, when we talked to Mr. Adam Stewart, he said the amount of fish that they would require, it would guarantee you, the fisherman, that all of you all will become millionaires. And this is what the PNM is bringing to you, the people of Plymouth, you, the people of Tobago. Sustainable jobs, opportunity in agriculture, opportunity in entrepreneurship. You will become tour operators. For you young men, you can invest in your own maxi, your own bus, to bring the people from the airport to the various hotels. Tourism is to Tobago what oil and gas is to Trinidad and Tobago. And with your PNM government, we will get it right. So brothers and sisters, as I close, I simply want to remind you that this election that is in front of us is about selecting a prime minister and a government, and a proper cabinet with proper representatives who can sit in the cabinet and make responsible decisions. And that is what this election is about. So you would have seen your PNM government with your 2 MPs navigate this country's economy in very difficult time. When this government came into office, they were told by the then central bank governor that we only had 5 days worth of money to run the country. Remember that? 3 days or so. 3 days. And from taking the economy from that position, ensuring that they stabilize it, even through COVID, as Brother Lawrence mentioned, being able to ensure that everybody on the government's registry continued to maintain their jobs and were paid on time. And even to the point where the country is now on an upward trajectory, where our gross domestic product, year on year, we are seeing a growth rate of over 1.5%, and in this year the projection is 2%. And I want you to compare that to the THA. While the country's economy is looking good and blossoming and growing, in this THA, they received a gross domestic product of a 4% growth rate under the PNM and Jewel Jack, where during COVID, coming out of COVID, we were able to bolster the economy, and an economic growth of 4%. Under Farley and his failures, they have declined the economy to more than 6%, negative 6%. And what that means is that because they would have taken all the money and spirited it away, we see in a lack of activity. It is less jobs. The construction sector is in decline. Agricultural sector is in decline. Tourism sector is in decline. Everything under this helpless, hopeless, clueless administration is in decline. And therefore, my brothers and sisters, the choice is simple, the choice is clear, and the choice is very easy. You have Shamfa and the PNM, very responsible, very reliable, and they have delivered for you, the people of Tobago. And you have Notsi, Tomo, and Farley, and the others who would have failed Tobago, failed Tobago, failed Tobago. So as we prepare, I want to encourage you to tell a friend, encourage a friend that the PNM has a plan for Tobago's development, that with Shamfa you will continue to get reliable, responsible representation. And when we do that in Tobago West, along with our colleagues in Tobago East, we will all come together here as we vote and shout on the night of April 28th. Great is the PNM, great is the PNM, great is the PNM, and we shall prevail. I thank you.
PNM.
Ring, ting, ting, election bell ring. We voting for PNM, it's the best thing.
PNM.
Ring, ting, 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 election bell ring. We voting for PNM, it's the best thing. We're not going back, it's too dark. We reach too far to turn back. We're not voting for the UNC. None of those jokers in this party. Ring, ting, ting, election bell ring. We voting for PNM, it's the best thing. Ring, ting, 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 election bell ring. We voting for PNM, it's the best thing.
Thank you. Make some noise for Brother Kelvin Morris. My friends, Kelvin told you that those on the other side failed in tourism, failed in housing, failed in providing jobs, failed. You understand? And what I find disturbing is that the leader of the other side telling those in WIM that it's time for a change. Shame. Because change them. Time for change too. They'll get them out. But my friends, see this time here? No long talk. No long talk. Because we're out and bad. We're ready and we're ready. This next speaker calls for a flag salute. Big flags, come front. Big flags, come front. Find PNM coming. DJ, I want PNM coming. Big flags, come front. Come front, come front. This call for a flag salute. Plymouth, watch the camera, watch the camera, watch the camera, watch the camera there. This is a flag salute. Because we want to vote for representation. We want to vote for reliability. We want to vote for integrity. We want to vote for Shamfa, Kojo, Lois. DJ, flag salute, flag salute. Somebody say Shamfa. Somebody say Shamfa, Kojo, Lois. Let me hear you.
PNM coming. Oh, PNM coming. We vote in PNM on election day. We vote in PNM on election day. Our future will be at stake if we only make a mistake. We vote in PNM on election day. Our plan is driven by education. We working towards a stronger nation. On election day, protect your future. On election day, what is the answer?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Plymouth and environs, good evening. Plymouth and environs, good evening. The Red Brigade is here. It is a pleasure to be with you this evening, my brothers and sisters. I want to recognize on the head table with us, of course, our chairman of the Tobago Council, Mr. Larry Paul. I want to recognize Mr. Lawrence Hislop, senator in the parliament. Our very own minority leader, the hard-working one is enough, Kelvin Morris. I want to give a big salute to Mr. Stanford Callender, former member of Parliament for Tobago West and former chairman of the Tobago Council. All PNM stalwarts in the midst, all PNM flag bearers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Brothers and sisters, I received a call, I received a message this morning from a PNM supporter. And she said to me, don't block my face. Because when we do our walkabouts now, we have a habit of blurring the faces of the constituents, because many persons have asked us, please protect me and protect my family, because the people who are leading in the Tobago House of Assembly right now, they are petty, they are vindictive, they are wicked. And it's a lot of victimization taking place. So today I was pleased when this person said to me, I recognize you block my face. Please take the blur feature off of my face. She said, I am a PNM. Yes. And I am a proud PNM. So when you come to my home and my community, show them that I am PNM. Don't block my face. So today, this evening, to all the flag bearers, to all the brave PNM soldiers who are out here this evening, it is 9:11 at night and you made it your business to be here. There are many who would say that you are sycophants. There are many who would say that you're following a cult, but we know why we stand and we know why we are proud. Mr. DJ, play some music for them PNM people, full joy themselves. Go ahead. Play something nice.
Oh, PNM coming.
There is no ducking, there is no dodging, there is no hiding. We stand on a solid, strong legacy. We have built this country. We have invested in Tobago. We have performed and delivered for our people, for the seniors, for the little children. We are the people's national movement, and we are proud. We are passionate. We stand solid in purpose, in one vision to stand in the gap for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. We are not ashamed. We will show up. We will stand out, and you better believe that we will vote. We will vote. We will vote, and when we vote, we will vote resoundingly for the only true national party, the People's National Movement. Brothers and sisters, we stand this evening because we are solid and firm about our 41 candidates. We have taken the time out to traverse every single constituency and seek out the very best that that constituency has to offer. So I stand before you this evening, a proud PNM standard bearer, representing you once again, the only true national party, the PNM, a rally for all, the party of order and structure and discipline. We take our losses whenever we re-engineer, we do our homework, and we come back better. We come back brighter. We come back stronger every single time. So today, we welcome a new People's National Movement, a new chapter in the People's National Movement. Same color, same motto, same mandate. We're not hiding, we're not dodging. This time we stand behind Stuart Richard Young as our candidate for Prime Minister. When we come to your doorstep, we are proud to say we are supporting Stuart Richard Young for Prime Minister. When you ask all the other candidates, brothers and sisters, okay, we see you're running, you want to go down to the parliament, who are you supporting for Prime Minister? All of a sudden, everybody get uncomfortable, start to stutter, don't know what to say, and telling us that they're going and fight. They're going and fight with who? They're going and support who? Who's going to be on the front line? I can say clearly that Stuart Richard Young is the PNM candidate for Prime Minister. And I want you to turn and you ask those in blue, those in green, those in black, those in who are you supporting for Prime Minister? And if you feel so solid and so confident in your decision and what you have set about to do and where you're leading Tobago people and where you're carrying Tobago children's future, you should be brave to tell us that you are supporting Kamala. I can tell you we are supporting Stuart Richard Young. Why it's so hard for you to come square with me and tell me that you are supporting Kamala? That is because they are not serious about Tobago's development and about Tobago people's business. It is a game. It is deals under the tables, brothers and sisters. I want you to stand up and be counted. Mind your business. This is no joke. This is no game. This is about your future. It is about your development, brothers and sisters. We, the People's National Movement, we stand proudly in our place and in our position because we have always stood in the gap for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, taking every bit of your business seriously. We are the only political party that has fought every seat in every election.
PNM.
And again in 2025. Here we are at 69 years old, still fighting every seat in every election under the Balize, under the same red. We're not hiding behind any union. We're not hiding behind any proxy, any corner of the nation. We stand solid and firm, rooted and grounded. We are the People's National Movement. We are the ones who took the country from the colonizers. We are the ones who brought you through republicanism and independence. We took the time and developed the industries so that we could strengthen our economy, to give our people something to be proud of. Always giving our people something to believe in. Whether we believe we're going to win in a constituency or not, we go out there and we feel the best candidate. We hear the issue, we walk, we sit, we talk, and we come up with the right remedy for every single constituency. No hiding, no dodging. We are the People's National Movement. So let them understand this is why on a Monday night we're out on Plymouth Junction at 9:18 p.m. We stand because we are still in the business of nation building. We take full responsibility for our development. We take full responsibility for the future of our children. We take full responsibility for the advancement of our island and its economy. We stand this evening. We stand because there is so much to protect, so much to preserve, and so much to fight for. Many of us stand out here representing somebody else, a brother who was promised a job but was never called. That's why we stand. We stand this evening representing a sister who was laid off and sent home. I remember them coming to us under the PDP banner telling us Don't worry, you're free to vote for us. You would have your job. It's time for a change. And on the day they assumed duties as the leaders in Tobago, they laid every one of you off. Even those of you who went over on their side and worked with them, in the bottom of the belly, they still consider you PNM and they sent you home. So let them understand why we stand. It is not that we have forgotten. We remember, and the clean-up process starting right now. And last but certainly not least, we stand for every public servant who cannot like a post, who cannot post, who cannot be seen at a meeting because the administrator and supervisor is calling them into their office, telling them, we see you out there supporting the PNM, your job is at stake. We stand here in the gap for each and every one of them. You see, brothers and sisters, we understand very well exactly what is at stake, and we know exactly what we deserve as Tobagonians and as a people. I want you to turn to those in blue. Turn to every single one of them that tell them that we have been here before, and we are not turning back. Let them know we're not going through life under Kamla Prasad, Bisesa, and the UNC again. So do not try to trick us. Do not try to fool us. We are standing resoundingly behind the People's National Movement. And interestingly, they tell us they're going to go down to negotiate. And we have to ask them, negotiate with whom? You see, when you already sell out, when you already give away the shop, what is there to negotiate after that? You are already a puppet for the UNC. So what kind of weight you expect to carry or sit around the table? That is if you make it into the cabinet and if you stay on the UNC good side. What are you going to negotiate? You have already sold out. We have all heard the tapes. So Tobagonians, I want you to stand up and be counted. Do not be afraid. Do not be ashamed to say that you are standing with the PNM, still in defense of Tobago, still in defense of decency and order in the conduct of state affairs. And you know, interestingly, when you check on what they're promising you, because you have a TPP candidate who is already a part of the Tobago House of Assembly, who is already responsible for serving you, delivering to you, giving you jobs, going from house to house now, promising you jobs. The same jobs that they were responsible for in 2022, 2023, 2024. So if you didn't give me meaningful employment in 2022, 23, and 24, what are you going to do differently now? You are already responsible for the employment of the people. In addition to that, they're promising to give you support for your business. We were here in 2024. You did not support Tobago business. You did not give the youngsters grants. A matter of fact, when we submit applications to you, you were saying we're not accepting any applications right now. When you go down to settlements, they're saying we're not accepting any applications right now. But at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, you have to stand up and you're asking them, what are you giving now? If you already have the responsibility to give us jobs, to give us refurbishment grants for our homes. You said you'll help people build their houses with URP and so on, but it's only you and your members and your bloggers whose houses being built by URP, and Tobago people are still being made to suffer. So if you're not doing it in the Tobago House of Assembly, fixing and delivering for the people where you already have the authority and the responsibility to serve and deliver? How could you be going from place to place trying to mama guide Tobagonians and disrespect our intelligence, telling us you're going to give us jobs? And it is your job and your responsibility to help us now, to fix us now, to employ the young people meaningfully now. You don't need to go down to Parliament to do your Tobago House of Assembly responsibility for which you were already elected. You sit on the Executive Council where the decisions are made. And if when you sit there, you have no voice, how you finding voice sit down under Kamala when you go down to Trinidad? I want you to tell them that we are not stupid, we are not fools, and we understand clearly exactly what you are trying to do. We would not be a part of your selling out. We would not be a part of your deals with the UNC. We have a Tobago to develop. We have youngsters who have to go to school and get their education. We have businesses in our community that need assistance, and God knows we have contractors who haven't gotten work since 2021 because you continue to send our monies to contractors from Central and South Trinidad and leave Tobago people to starve. This is your responsibility right now. Then they want to tell us about autonomy. The 7 years we had worked on the autonomy legislation to grant autonomy to the people of Tobago, they had nothing to say. They were given the opportunity to make their submissions, and they delayed and delayed and delayed until the very last day. In the 11th hour, they sent instruction to their UNC puppet masters to shut down the entire process. And now you're telling Tobagonians that you're going to give us internal self-government. Tobagonians, they are disrespecting our intelligence and taking us for fools. You had the opportunity over the last 7 years to contribute, to send your submissions, to have your say, and they chose not to. So when they hear arguing and quarreling for more money, we gave you the opportunity to get an increased allocation, an additional $1.5 billion to take care of Tobago people's business, and you shut that down. You rejected that, and the little bit of money that you say you have for your development, you squandered it and you gave it to Trinidad contractors. You build a roundabout and a road to nowhere with $100 million of Tobago people's development money. If two-pan knock in Jamaica, the whole crew going up, only looking for a party on your dollar, on your development dollar. So when they come to you and they say to you, well, we didn't do this and we didn't do that because central government didn't send the money. What did you do with the $10 billion that you have received? That could have been jobs for all young people, not 10 on, 10 off, that you tell them, because they thought the election was in August. So they tell the young people and them that they're getting the 10 on, 10 off until August. But here we are, and what did you do with that $10 billion as you continue to distribute Tobago people state land to your family and your friends? Where is our money for our development, brothers and sisters? When they come to your house, ask them, what did they do with your $10 billion? In addition to that, brothers and sisters, they tell you they're going to get borders, improve border security. Improve border security with who? The same Kamala Prasad Bisesa who sell the 2 OPVs. The same UNC who does not support legislation to prevent crime and control criminal activity in the parliament. They must take us for fools, brothers and sisters. Let's talk a little bit about opportunities for youth, because they're promising opportunities for youth. They are there now, with the responsibility and the ability to prioritize. Ask them what have they made a priority for the time that they were there. They travel, they eat, they drink, they have a good time, they dance to Anomaly.
Yeah, man.
Talk the talk. Brothers and sisters, this is serious time. And this is serious business, because we have people in blue who are standing in the way of your development. They are standing in the way of your growth. They are standing in the way of your empowerment. You would remember a couple months ago, a matter of fact, a couple months ago, last year to be exact, I tried to bring training opportunities to Tobago, asking for permission to use the community center, and the then Secretary of Community Development would not allow me the keys to Black Rock Community Center, with which the ministry has had a long relationship of delivering programs since 1963. So to tell you how petty and evil their thinking is, brothers and sisters, they decided to lock the central government out of all the community centers, leaving Tobagonians unable to access the program. Thank God that we decided that we are going to take it up to the constituency office, and we were able to help Tobagonians. Brothers and sisters, let's talk about Ministry of Youth Development and National Youth Services. Reached out to the Tobago House of Assembly Division of Youth, asking to sign an MOU so that Tobagonian students and children could have access to the programs offered in Trinidad. To this day, they are waiting for the Tobago House of Assembly to sign the MOU. Just this week, brothers and sisters, we had teamed up with the Ministry of Digital Transformation to deliver ICT centers to the community centers in Tobago. We were starting in Black Rock, and we received information from the Tobago House of Assembly. No, not right now. Now is not the right time. It was just Sunday past. We had reached out to the assembly prior to use the field to do a sporting program. It was 2 days before the event. They called us to tell us the field is no longer available. They are standing in the way of your development, and they are telling people lies as they go too. Because today, I walked Golden Lane. And it's interesting what is coming out of Golden Lane. The people say, Miss Shamfa, what happened to the playing field that the PNM had promised us? And they blame me as Minister of Sport. I said, darling, that sporting facilities in Tobago, in your community, is under your Tobago House of Assembly. The Tobago House of Assembly is responsible for your community centers, your community playing fields. The only sporting facility that I am responsible for from the central government is the Dwight York Stadium. So they are lying to you, brothers and sisters. They decided to stop that project. We were already in consultation with the owners of the land in Golden Lane to bring a recreational facility to Golden Lane. And when they assumed office, they stopped it. In the same vein, it was the Tobago House of Assembly working with UDCOT to build the Bacolet indoor sporting facility so that netballers don't have to play in the rain. Basketballers don't have to play in the rain. When they came into office as the Tobago House of Assembly, they stopped UDCOT, saying they didn't like the design. They even stopped paying UDCOT. If you don't like the design, whole 3.5 years ago, wouldn't you submit different design or make whatever changes necessary and proceed so that Tobagonians could have the facility that they so greatly need so that we can host sporting activities and promote sport tourism for Tobago? But no, they consider it a PNM project. So they cordon off the area and leave the steel and the entire structure to rot. The same thing that they did with the Goodwood Pavilion. Yes, started by the PNM, the Tobago House of Assembly PNM, in collaboration with the UDCOT. And same thing, they don't like the design. The sun gonna be burning behind people's head. If you don't like the design, make the changes and let's get on with the project to this day. Goodwood Pavilion is still fenced around, nothing done. Shame, shame, shame on those in blue who now come to you trying to pretend that they're concerned about sports and concerned about Tobago facilities. The same thing for the Charlottesville Pavilion. So let them know that we are not stupid. We are awake, aware, and alert. Oh my gosh, my brother reminded me of the fisher folk. They reached out to the central government for support for the fisher folk. Can you remember last year around June, they were crying out that they need to get this money to help the fisher folk. When they received the $50 million additional funding from the central government, what did they do? Did they pay the fisher folk? No. They paid everybody else except the people who were most affected by the problem. And when you ask them, what did you do with $50 million? They say, well, we pay the caterers. What them they eating? So brothers and sisters, let them know we big and we have proper sense. We've been here before and we will not go that way again. This is a blue party of hate. It is a blue party of spite, of pettiness and bad mind, brothers and sisters. They promise you jobs. Ask them, what did they do? What did they deliver? Who did they employ? Who did they employ? So, brothers and sisters, the same energy they're giving you now is the same energy they plan to take down to Trinidad if they win. But we know as long as you show up and show out, they're going to lose their deposit, brothers and sisters. We will beat them in the east. We will beat them in the west. We will beat them in San Fernando. And we will beat them in both seats in Tobago. At the end of the day, brothers and sisters, it is about service. It is about representation. It is about love for service, not love for office. When they wanted to get into office, they came around here playing nice, offering people to fix their roof, baking bread and dropping bread by you on Fridays. The day they won, whatever happened to that roof fixing program? Out the door. When last you receive a bread? None of it still exists, brothers and sisters. They talk about service. We, Ayana Webster Roy in the east and Shamfa Kojo Lewis in the west, we have been serving our constituents, putting you in contact with all the central government has to offer. We have invested and delivered to the people of Tobago over $25 million in home construction grants and home refurbishment grants. It's under this PNM resume self-help in Tobago in 2016 after Kamala had cut us off when they had lost the THA elections in 2013. Talk about service, giving grants to our farmers, $100,000 for the farming grants. Assisting our constituents. Talk about representation, brothers and sisters. It is Ayana Webster Roy in the east and Shamfa Shaki Kojo Lewis in the west that helped to pass the legislation so that the Tobago House of Assembly can have the ability to borrow. Let's talk about representation, because when you call us, you can reach us on our cell phones. Tell me, when is the last time your area representative answered? When you come to our office for Public Day, we are there. There are people coming to our offices for THA-related matters. When you send them to their area representative, the office locked. And a matter of fact, When you send them to the area representative sending them right back to Shamfa Kojo Lewis and Ayana Webster Roy. They are not present. They are not answering their phones. They have changed numbers, and now all of a sudden, on your doorstep, asking you for support to take to Kamla. Brothers and sisters, we in Tobago, East and West, under the PNM, have delivered for you. It is about making a comparison. What has the PNM delivered versus what the Blue Party has delivered? We can speak to a spanking new airport terminal, a game changer for Tobago that would bring new business, new airlift, and meaningful job for our people. We can speak about delivering the spanking new ferries, expanding the electricity capacity at Cove to support our growing Tobago economy, booster stations to improve your water supply, desilting of the Hills Pro Dam so that we can have better water reliability. Brothers and sisters, we recently drilled 2 new wells in the Mary's Hill area, brothers and sisters. Programs for the young boys on the block, Empower TT. So many men out of Plymouth have participated and gotten to improve their skills and got jobs out of the Empower TT program. We talk about the Boss Lady Project, where we work with unemployed women and help them to develop skills so that they can own their own businesses. We talk about the Dream Chasers Project and the Youth Lead, where we give working experience for our young people who have graduated from high school, support to businesses like the Black Rock, support to our churches like Black Rock Moravian and Black Rock SDA right here in our area through the National Commission for Self-Help, and the list goes on and on and on. Brothers and sisters, if I am to continue, we'll stay here all night, but it's important for you, brothers and sisters, every single one of you, to understand what is at stake. This is a serious time in our government. This is a serious time in our nation's history, and we must stand up for Tobago. We must stand up for the little children who cannot vote, so they too can be exposed to free education. They too can have opportunities to open their own businesses. They too can have a government in which they can call on, can lean on, and you don't have to worry about no sellout under the People's National Movement. And as we move forward in this new chapter, it's about compassionate leadership. It's about compassionate government and caring for people even more, because we are the People's National Movement who have developed a strengthened system for social support. So even for multi-family homes who now cannot properly access the food cards, where you're living in one structure but you have different families under the same structure, we are reviewing that process so that each family, even though you live under the same structure, can access the food card program.
PNM.
It's about home care for our seniors, not only about visits from doctors, but more so to ensure that the Golden Apple program and the programs that are done in Trinidad are also extended to Tobago, so that you can have caretakers coming to your home, helping you with your seniors so you can go out and work. Brothers and sisters, it's about strengthening the economy so that we can have jobs for our youngsters, opportunities for business. As we speak, we are getting ready to talk to Sandals again, to bring Sandals back to Tobago for serious conversation with Tobago people, because it's not only about hotel accommodation, it is about jobs. It is about those who have their little businesses preparing bouquets for the weddings, those who are caterers to make food stuff and so on for the hotel, the taxi drivers, those who are doing their little watercraft down on the beach. We talk about Sandals University to train you and certify you so that you can build your own business and make yourself more marketable. We are not only building for today, brothers and sisters, we are building for the future, a marina so that our young men can have something serious to do, not 10 on, 10 off until August, brothers and sisters, we have to understand what is at stake. And we have to stand up for a solid and firm and strong government that would help to build and strengthen the Tobago economy. Brothers and sisters, it is so serious that they are out there paying bloggers money. $40,000 a piece to tell you yellow is the code and blue is the code. Let them know the only code is about the future of Trinidad and Tobago, the future of our children. We have businesses to build. We have jobs to provide. We have children to send to school. So I tell you, if they offer you $40,000, don't you walk away from it. If they offer you $40,000, PNM woman, you know we like with little money, you better take it. If they offer you a brand new refrigerator for your home, tell them you want the two-door one that you could open. You could get ice on one side and you have crisper here for your vegetable. You better take it. If they offer you a couch, tell them you want the recliner one so you could put up your foot and stretch out, brothers and sisters. You better take it. We taking it. We taking it and we minding our business, because what they are trying to do is make you stay home. What they are trying to do is turn you off, make you fearful and frustrated. But what we are going to do, we are going to make our way down to the polls early, and we would vote for Ayanna Webster Roy in the east. We would vote for Shamfa Shaki Kojo Lewis in the west. We would vote for our children's education and our children's future. We would vote for better jobs. We would vote to do away with 10 on, 10 off. We would vote so we can have a solid economy to maintain Tobago, and so that all of us would rise and succeed. We will vote. We will vote. We will vote. And when we vote resoundingly for the People's National Movement. This, brothers and sisters, is a clarion call for each and every one of you. Don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated. Go out there and do what only you can do for yourself. Pick up your phone and call your neighbor, call a friend, tell them this time we're rolling with the PNM. Pick up your phone and call the people in your church and tell them go out and vote the PNM, because God's people need order. God's people need structure. God's people need good representation and good government. It is everybody's business to go out there and vote. Do not stay home, brothers and sisters. Go out early. If you have a car, give somebody a ride. Elections are won on election day by people going out and placing their vote. All of you, it is your duty to organize. It is your duty to mobilize. And we know when we mobilize and we unite, we move with a force. And when we fight, we don't fight up, we fight to win. Get up and go out there on April 28th. It's only 14 more days to go, brothers and sisters. Make your way to the polls and secure your future. Secure Tobago. Vote for the People's National Movement. 14 more days. We read and we ready. 41 strong candidates. We read and we ready. PNM 10 step ahead. We read and we ready. Straight out we bed. We read and we ready. Out and bad. We read and we ready. Man in we own yard. We read and we ready. And on election day, when all is said and done, we count every vote and victory is won. We come back here, we meet in Market Square where we greatly sing our song. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. And we shall prevail. I thank you, Plymouth.
People in the West, are you ready? Oh yeah, Shamfa Kojo, PNM people. So you must put your X. We go vote in the West. PNM she will deliver all she policies. So you must put your head. We got vote in the West. P&M choose the best. Representativeness. People in the West, are you ready?
Somebody say more fire. Somebody say more fire. Who are you voting for? Who are you voting for? Shamfa, 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 Kojo, Lois. You know, a fisherman tell me, tell Barrick people, go down by Leather Bay, see the galvanize there, and get vexed, and vote for the PNM. What is Mr. DJ? Run it through, Mr. DJ.
People in the West, are you ready? Shamfa, Shamfa Kojo, Shamfa, PNM people. So you must put your X. Yes, we go vote in the West. PNM choose the best. Representative next. This woman ain't easy. This woman could talk. And all you don't doubt me, she could walk the walk. Just give she a chance. And all you go see how she will deliver all she policies. So you must put your head. We got vote in the West. PNM choose the best. Representativeness. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Mr. DJ.
This woman is the best.
Somebody said, oh, PNM coming. Give me a short version. PNM coming, and then we close off.
PNM coming. PNM coming. PNM coming. We vote in PNM on election day. We vote in PNM on election day. Our future will be at stake if we only make a mistake. We vote in PNM on election day. Our plan is driven by education. We walking towards a stronger nation. On election day, protect your future. On election day, what is the answer? On track, we're not turning back. 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 We vote in PNM on election.
Thank you.
day.
Remember, April 28th, your symbol, the Balizi. We are voting the People National Movement. Shamfa Kojo Lewis, Ayana Webster Roy, and our Prime Minister, Stuart Richard Young. Somebody say more fire. Somebody say more fire. Who are you voting for? More fire. Some fire on election day. But my friends, I was told to get here out by 10 o'clock. So you get one more. Just two information. Just two things and one more. DJ, get it ready. One more. Tomorrow, not yet. Tomorrow, we are going to Roxborough. Transport, right. Market Square, we organize that. Roxborough. Tomorrow, we're going to Roxborough. Let's say Market Square, we organize transport. 7 o'clock. My instruction is 7 o'clock, Market Square. One accord, on. You see, the excitement is 6 o'clock in Market Square because the meeting starts 7 o'clock. Let's get again. 6 o'clock in Market Square because the meeting starts 7 o'clock. And Wednesday, we lighten Bon Accord. I said Wednesday, we lighten up Bon Accord. Wednesday, we send a signal in Bon Accord. Wednesday, we send a signal in Bon Accord. Shamfa is the best by test in the West. 7 o'clock, same time. So you get the message. My friend, my duty now is to thank you, thank you, thank you. Vote wisely. Mr. DJ, one more.
P&M coming. P&M coming. P&M coming. We vote in P&M on election day. We vote in P&M on election day. Our future will be at stake if we only make a mistake. We vote in P&M on election day. Our plan is driven by education. We working towards a stronger nation. On election day, protect your future. On election day, what is the answer? On track, we're not turning back. On track, we're not turning back. On track,